everyone? You ready, Johnny?
Yep.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. My name is Dominico Fonzo Stanley. Today we're here to talk about AI and creativity revolutionizing music and film for independence. And sorry I don't have a microphone. They didn't have sound. I'm not like the guys upstairs. They got the executive room. I got the basement suite. But that's all right. I appreciate all you guys being here. And, first let me say I am not an AI expert. I'm just someone who has been using AI, and I am a part of the revolution, and I'm glad to be. So, I'm just going to start out with the introduction. AI in the creative industries. AI is not replacing artists, it's giving them superpowers. And the reason why I say that is because so many things as artists we couldn't do back in the days, because I'm an artist, I was an artist and I still am. And I mean, I worked with the music industry for many years, Def Jam, Interscope, seen them come, seen them go, And you had to do everything with the record label. That was it. You came in, they told you what you had to do, they told you how you dress, told you what to eat, told you to lose weight, whatever it was, you had to do it because they were paying your bill. You didn't control your music, you didn't control your publishing, you didn't even control yourself. Okay, so AI has given us the power now to take control of ourselves and our careers. Next slide, please. So the big picture, studios, labels, budgets, tech reach, AI is leveling the playing field. Things that were costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Studio time back in the days when I was working, $500 an hour. Some were even 1,000. Some were 5,000. So when you see those big records that these guys were doing, like the big rock stars and all those guys were paying like $5,000 to $10,000 an hour. That's why their budgets were $100 million. And then, after all the touring, everything, then they tallied it all up, and they said, okay, we made $100 million, we spent $999 million and 99 cents, here's your penny. Get in there and get that next album. You did a great job, guy. So what AI is doing is allowing us to do these things ourselves with less of a budget. Now, some of these AI apps is pretty expensive. When you look at them and you say, wow, this thing is expensive, man. But when you look at what it can actually do, it's kind of worth the investment. Because it's for you if you're an artist. You know what I'm saying? So why not invest in yourself instead of investing in things that really have no meaning? Next slide. So creative expansion as an AI as a collaborator, ideas, visuals, sounds to inspire. Enhancing storytelling with predictive scene, pacing, mood-based scoring for films. So pretty much in a nutshell, by using the AI with its template, not saying, okay, I'm gonna get AI to write me a movie and then I'm gonna go try to shoot that movie without even looking at the script at all. Like, oh yeah, AI did the script. I ain't worried about it. Let's go make this movie. It's not as simple as that. And I think, what's happening in the world is people are not really looking at the realities of AI. They're just kind of caught up in all the hoopla and the hype and what people are saying, and they're not learning enough to understand how AI is really used. And that's what's causing such a great fear. And then again, the industry, they didn't give you this information. They didn't tell you how to do anything except work for them. Now AI is saying, oh, you don't need that, you can do this. So now the industry is angry. And it's their fault because they ruined it. The industry ruined the industry, not the artists. The artists are the ones making the money for them. Why did the industry ruin the industry? Because they barely told you anything. Now maybe back in the Motown days and stuff like that, I know they did talk to artists, they got artist development and all these great things that were great. But after that, a lot of those things had ended up diminishing because the labels realized, well, we don't need them to, all we need them to do is just get out there and make our money. That's it. We don't care about it. We'll give him a birthday cake on his birthday. That's that. So AI is giving us the power to come up with ideas that we wouldn't even come up with. And you know, if you're a writer, you get what they call writer's block. So you'll sit there for hours on hours with a pen like this, trying to get 2 words on the paper. 5 hours go by, your wife comes by and says, honey, you still up? Yeah, you know, still, oh, you still working on that? How much have you got done? You got like a letter A on your paper with nothing else. You know, like, so what AI is doing is helping you to get that template to work from. Not that it's giving you the info to say, oh, I got the info, I'm just gonna go. No, you look at it, you break it down, you decipher it, and then you recreate it to where it's what you need it to be. And these are things you pay people salaries for that really wasn't doing nothing but taking your own dictation. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, next one. You know, so accessibility. And this is one of the main affordable editing, mastering, VFX, script support, music composition, cost, again, you know what I'm saying? Cost effectiveness. An industry that hemorrhages trillions of dollars. Not even millions, trillions. Where are the trillions going? I work with labels, I can't say names, but I can tell you there were people I knew that got $50 million budgets. And at the end of the year, when the label said, okay, man, we didn't see one album. What, you know, what's the, oh yeah, you know, we're working on that. You know, ain't not a problem, but we're gonna need another 10 million. So, money hemorrhaging out the window, you know. And that's what ruins the industry. It's so much money going out and no work's getting done. AI is giving you the platform now. On even who's hired. Okay, you need people to do this, you need people, you go into AI, you're saying, okay, how can I structure my record label to be the most best effective record company it can be? And it's giving you information to help you understand how to do that. It's not telling you what to do, it's just telling you information to help you figure out what to do. And this is all my perspective. I'm not an expert, I'm just going by what I know because I'm using it with my music now. And I'm noticing the difference of how I'm getting much further ahead and I'm able to streamline a little better because I'm getting the information that I would have to wait 6 months to get from the record company. Because they're going to be, oh yeah, this is March, okay, in September, we're going to have a meeting. You know, this is how the industry did it, bro. They'll tell you come back in a year, you know what I'm saying? Or they'll sign you to a development deal, give you a couple of bucks, and then you'll be waiting 3 years, and like, well, when is my album coming out? They done already wrote you off 3 years in a row. They got their money back. What did you get? The bus ticket. Example 2, AI mastering platforms for the indie musicians. AI editing tools for filmmakers. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. You want crisp sound. You want crisp film pixel. AI knows how to read pixels. That's why those AI videos look so great. That's why they can take a photo and then make the photo move like a real person with your face. How can they do that? Because AI knows the pixels and how to move and shape them in real time. That's amazing, bro. That is amazing. And never in a million years would I think they can do that. But AI is doing that. Yeah, it may hurt some people, I guess, because there are some jobs that do, the AI is kind of, I'm not going to say they're replacing them, but they're kind of helping people get to the finish line a little quicker, so it may eliminate something. Unfortunately, and not unfortunately, it's called progress, man. It's progress, man. And as a musician myself, I understand that there will always be bands and there will always be music, but at the same time, the digital revolution is going to be the platform at some point. Because as the world moves forward, so does the technology. And at some point, you know, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I do know that AI is going to play a major role in it, and whether we like it or not, it's called progression. They didn't like when 8 tracks turned into cassettes. They didn't like when cassettes turned into CDs. They didn't like when VHS turned into DVD. And then forget it, when MP3 and file sharing came, I remember that. I was right there. Then when streaming hit, the bomb blew up. The whole industry, I remember labels were calling people. I got a phone call and I wasn't even working there. They were just calling me like, oh, yeah, did you get the memo? What memo? Yeah, you know they're cutting stuff. I don't work for you guys. Oh, you were still in the system. Why am I in the system? You're talking about a 70% cut in workforce because of streaming, man. Now, those people that did that, now because of AI, they're losing their jobs. So, this is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, you want the tools. You want to have access. These kind of tools that AI is giving you on an app, you know how much money you would have been paying for to go get the software at Guitar Center? Like thousands of dollars, man. And don't get me wrong, some of these AI apps are thousands of dollars, but guess what? You're getting top shelf, cinematic look in your video. You're getting top shelf sound in your songs. And unfortunately, we don't have sound. We had a couple of things my son did to give you examples of that. And he did some stuff and played it for me, and I was like, oh yeah, who is that guy? Oh no, Pop, that's my AI artist. Like, what? Your AI artist? What do you mean? He said, yeah, you know, I'm just playing around and I put this thing together. And when I tell you, man, I'm sorry, Drake, and all these things, but he did something that, you know, and I get it. I get the fear, but that's not the case. But honestly, I don't think it's that serious. And I think it's more about people being afraid to learn about it because they don't want to learn nothing else. See, it's not back in the days when people learned how to be musicians. Those engineers, man, if you listen to records from, say, mid-60s into late 70s, you had the mono transition to stereo. When you listen to those records in the 60s, they were so, like, Motown, like these guys, how could they do it? How could they get all of these instruments to fall? And mind you, when they recorded back then, they had everybody in the room. It wasn't like track 1, drums, track, you know, that happened in the 70s when the analog boards came out. You know what I'm saying? So these guys, man, Herb Powers from mastering, these guys were amazing with that stuff. So imagine having that kind of tools to your advantage. Or even if you're not an artist, if you want to put out an artist. So now you ain't got to go paying $100,000 and another $500,000. When you can, let's say you pay $50,000, you got an app that does all of it. I don't see it as cheating. I don't see it as cheating at all. And I think that it gives you an opportunity to even think more and be more creative. Because a lot of times we're not creative because we don't think we can do it. Why we don't think we can do it? Because we don't got the tools. We don't got the resources. We don't got the money. Now with AI, not only does this help you with those templates, hey, how can I get some money for this? Okay. You put your proposal together. I mean, you know, we weren't even inspired to do that because we didn't think it could happen. So to me, AI is inspiring, man. It's telling you that there's been myths and things that have held you back from your own destiny because you believed it. That's it. It's really that simple, bro. This is not a magic trick. You know, we were just talking about that, right? AI is the new genie in the bottle. You gotta know, you guys, when I'm kind of old, and I used to watch I Dream of Jeannie back in the days, one of my favorite TV shows. And one of my favorite parts of that show was when Major Nelson pulled that top off and she came out in that pink smoke. Master, what can I do for you? That's what AI is, man. It's our genie. And guess what? You get a bottle. You get a bottle. You get a bottle. You get a bottle. We all got bottles. So instead of popping bottles of liquor, we popping genie bottles. And AI is coming out and it's giving us the power. It's giving us the power to do phenomenal things that we couldn't do on our own. Like as a group in here, if we all decided, hey, let's go start a music entertainment company, let's say. And everybody in here has got some kind of knowledge of whatever they have, right? We put all that collective knowledge together. We have our AI models in place. We come to the table, we say, okay, we're going to put out a couple of jazz records, we're going to put out some dance records, we're going to put out, we got our producers, now we got these stuff. Guess what, yo? We got more chances of being successful than Warner Brothers do right now. Because a lot of these record companies, they don't want AI. They don't. Because they want to bill you $500,000 and say, oh, we did this, and we spent, on stuff, on dinners, and say, wait a minute, you took to dinner? Why did you take them to the shop bar 10 times? Oh, we had to talk to the lawyers, and this is your money, this is your budget. People they would say, okay, the budget is $1 million. Oh, God, $1 million? Oh, wait a minute, no. We're paying for your apartment, we're paying for your car, we're paying for your college tuition, and here's $10,000 advance. So at the end of the day, you gotta make that man back first before you see anything. And guess what? They're just spending your money and you don't even know about it. But with AI, you know about it. Hey, how much have I spent so far? Okay. I mean, and you know what's so crazy? That it's that simple. I can't even believe it's that simple. Like the commercial, I can't believe it's butter. I can't believe it's AI. This thing is really, and it's not a money grab. Please, not at all. This is not about money grab. This is about using techniques that we didn't have before to be the best that we can be to make it happen. Market reach, smarter distribution, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, algorithms, the algorithm thing, it's the new word now. We're all in the algorithm, right? Pardon me. Am I running out of time, Joe?
We have someone who's waiting here patiently to go.
Okay. We're gonna wrap it. We're gonna go. Because I think I kind of got a good amount of the points in. So let me go to the end and see. And then we'll just can I take like 2 or 3 questions?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's just say key audience takeaways. Okay. AI reduces cost, saves time, expands the creative possibilities, helps to reach global audiences, strengthens independence, and what did we say earlier? Ownership. And that's the thing. With AI now, we can own our stuff as long as we're not letting nobody else do it. And that's our choice. But before we didn't have that choice. Why? Because that contract you signed says, 40 years. You did one album and you gotta wait 39 years to get off the contract. Okay? When you in the Gold Folks home, they're gonna come to you and say, oh, you're such and such. Yeah, we wanted to let you know you've been released off your contract. Damn. Okay. Real quick, anybody got any questions?
Can we see some of the apps and websites that you recommended?
You know what? Because he saying, wait, you mind if I send this to you?
Okay, yeah,
and
that'd be great.
You can have that.
So I'm a big live music fan.
Yes.
How does that fit in, or like where does this fit in with that?
Well, I think, and we were talking about that as well. The thing is, I don't think we're going to lose the live. I think that what happens with the AI is when you're using it on site for your sound. Because think about sometimes when you're at a big concert, you got a band and you got sound. Sometimes, man, I'm sorry. If you ain't got a good engineer, forget it, bro. Your concert is and a lot of concerts are like that, unfortunately. But with these tools now, AI is running your board. It knows the frequency. When you prompt it to tell it, I'm gonna need this to be this, I'm gonna need the guitar to be this, because the boards are automated. So now they're actually making AI boards, I heard. I think Neve is making one. I think Akai already has something with the drums, So again, like I said, it's there. And it's going to help the live experience sound-wise be better. Now, as far as performances, venues paying performers to perform, that's up to the venues. I don't think they're gonna stop doing that. I doubt it, because the live performance is where the money is. Because why would I buy your t-shirt if I ain't see you perform? You know what I mean? So, you know, they can put the hologram up, but I don't think nobody's gonna wanna buy a Michael Jackson shirt because they saw a hologram. They're gonna buy it because they saw Michael Jackson, you know? So I think that the live music's gonna still be here. But, you know, hey guys, we gotta think about it in the future. There is a chance that I don't think it'll be gone, but I think it'll be minimalized because the way that sound and music will be delivered is going to be different. But there'll be places like this right here. New Orleans Jazz Museum to come back to say, yo man, we built this. You know what I'm saying? We built this. And possibly have performance and stuff on here as well. So, you know. But that's my short presentation today, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Joseph, for letting me do this. Had a great time. Thank you, Blaze, the crew.